Hi guys, this is Christian speaking, and I have decided to demonstrate how to prepare a project in our DAW in a way that will improve your workflow, making it easier to start recording whenever you have an idea. Did you ever happen to have a good idea for a song? So you proceed to turn your computer on, then your screen, you open your DAW, you check your cables and connections, you create a new project, you select its name and location, you set audio preferences, hardware settings, just to find out that your musical idea has just vanished from your mind in the meanwhile. A template is some kind of personalized starting point that will allow you to have your whole DAW system open and running, knowing that all points mentioned in Loudon's checklist are already set up the way you like them, so you just have to worry about making music. For demonstration purposes, I will create a template for myself using Logic, my DAW. Preferences, audio, this is our audio interface, we're going to choose balance. Here we can choose the buffer size, we set it to 128 as Loudon recommended. And now we can choose to record in 24-bit mode. That will provide us a bit more amplitude when recording. Now we choose the format for our audio files. It must be an uncompressed and lossless format. The next step, we will be opening a new project and a series of templates will appear in front of us. Basically, each one of them will provide you a set of different tracks with different instruments and configurations, so you should check them all to find out if any of them will suit your needs. Otherwise, we'll create our own. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm creating 4 audio tracks. When I work on a new song or idea, I use 2 tracks for guitars, a clean guitar and some kind of overdriven guitar. Another track is used for bass guitar, and the last one is used for voices. Okay, so I'm creating 4 mono tracks. I'm selecting the inputs needed in audio interface, and now I can choose here on adjustments, audio, I can choose the sampling rate that is going to be 48 kHz rather than 44.1 that was the default setting. So now we go to our 4 tracks and now we're going to rename them before even starting recording, because remember, the audio files corresponding to these tracks will have the same name as them, so naming them will make easier to locate them. Now I'm going to add a software instrument for drum tracks. There are many audio instruments I could use here, but I'm going to use the drum kits instruments from GarageBand and that are included within Logic. So this is what I'm going to use for my template. Our audio tracks were meant to be used with certain instruments, and I like to have at least 2 different guitar sounds. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to insert some effects within those tracks. So let's start by guitar 1. Okay, for this one I'm going to use this guitar modeling included within Logic. And well, for this kind of rhythm track I'm going to use a clean tone, kind of Fenderish tone, and tweak the parameters till I get the sound I like for this one. Now I'm doing the same thing with the second guitar track. In this case I tend to favor a more distorted sound based on British amp, more Marshallish sound. And after I tweak all controls till I get the sound I want, I'll do the same for the bass guitar. In this case, the insert I will be choosing, it's a bass amp that will allow me to tweak the sound. These are controls and frequencies specially designed for bass guitar. And on this particular track, I've decided to add some compression as well. That's kind of typical to get a thick bass guitar sound. The voice track, I'll just add a little bit of reverb. Then finally, I'm going to use this option that means saving as a template. From now on, whenever I want to start a project, just by choosing this template, I'll be ready to start recording with all the parameters I've just set up.